Alright, the value of a machine is a function of how old it is. 120 minus 11 and 3/5 is the slope. The y-intercept, t times years. V is in thousands of dollars, so that's $120,000. Identify the value of the machine when it was purchased. That's $120,000. V of 0, time of purchase, is 0 years. 120 minus 11 and 3/5 times whatever, it's 0. This means the machine was worth $120,000 when purchased. V of 0. Boom. Oops, when. That's strange how I wrote that. Must be in a hurry. Identify the rate of change. Rate of change is slope. It's a constant rate of change in this case. So the negative 11 and 3/5 is the slope, but I have to figure out what that means. That's dollars. Actually, it's thousands of dollars. $1,000 per year. Which, if I make this an improper fraction, 55 plus 3, negative 58 every 5 years. That's $58,000 every 5 years. Oh, that's good. I got that question answered right away. So, every year, the machine loses 11,000, what is it, 3/5 is like 0.600, $11,600, or 58,000 every year, every 5 years. Alright, well that's handy because I'm pretty sure this space I must have to make a graph. Yep, construct a graph of V of t, select appropriate scale. We need to think about this a little bit here. So I'm thinking if we start at 120, oops, that's time and years, and the value in thousands. 120,000 to start with, and 5 years later we would have 58,000 less, so 62. And 10 years later, we would have another 58,000 less, that's 58 to 64. Alright, so we're almost down after 10 years. We have only $4,000 left in value. That helps inform how I'm going to make my scale. I should be able to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have enough room to go 10 exact centimeters for 10 years. Cut that in half. And that's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 0. And we have to go up to 120 here. So looks like I'm going to count by 20s. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, and that'll fit. So 20,000, so we're going to say thousands, and 40, 60, 80, 100, 120, so that's where we start. And I really like that point 10.4, so to get to 10.4 I'm just going to go about 1/4 of a centimeter, so right about there is going to be 10.4. That's 2 points, 2 easy solutions, so I'm going to draw the line between them. Oops. That's why we work in pencil. Alright, so this point right here, 562, should also be on my line. So I'm going to go from 5 years and see if I can go up to 4,662. It's perfect. 562. Alright, and looking at this trend, I can actually see that we can go halfway, or 2.5 years, we should lose $29,000. So 29 from 62 is 33. So 2.5 years later, 7 1/2, 33. Interesting. It's almost as if I'm a prophet. I can see in the next question 33 equals 120 minus. It's like I read the question ahead of time or something. And so I'm trying to solve this equation. I could already see that 33 when x is 7.5. I could prove that on my table because 5 years, 62, we can go down 29, which is half of 58, and get to 33 in 2.5 years more, or 7 1/2. So I have the solution to the equation. Let's see if I can do the algebra. 33 equals 120 minus 11 3/5 t, and I want this to be positive. 11 3/5 t plus 33 equals 120. Take away the 33, so that's going to be, I'm going to switch this to 58,000 every 5 years times t equals, and that's going to be 87. I don't like these numbers at all. T equals 87. I'm going to divide that by 5 and multiply that by, 58, and multiply that by 5. So, I remember something about 29, and I'm thinking that 29 goes into 58 twice, and this, I'll bet you, it goes 3 times. Let's try and see if that works. This is going to be 3 times 5 over 2, which is 15 over 2. Well, look at that, 7 1/2. So I made a guess, and it was a really intuitive guess, I'm sure, but when I worked it out, I got 7 1/2, so there's no doubt that I solved for t correctly, even though I ran out of room. Question I was asking is, when will the machine be valued at $33,000? Question. This will happen in 7 1/2 years after purchase. See table and graph. Boom. Algebra, geometry, arithmetic.